God damn it. Well, the Tahoe's down. It's supposed to be real reliable, and it's not reliable. My starter, I'm pretty sure went out. I'm about 80% sure the starters was the problem, but I bought a new starter. I'm about to go knock this out while y'all check out Greg's new vehicle. He got a new car. About to get some cool repair footage for y'all. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just pretty blown right now. Kind of sad. Christmas sweater broke over the weekend. Now this. All right, I'm gonna go repair my truck. Enjoy Greg, y'all. I'm curious how his footage came out.
Spooky. Nobody home. Today is a very special day. I bought myself a new car. Without further ado, put a nice bow on it. She's a nice turd. If you're wondering why it's up on jack stands, the transmission mounts broke, so the transmission was pushed to the side. I ended up jacking up the transmission, moving it to the side, and shoving a block of wood in it so the transmission would at least be centered enough that I could shift gears, because I would like to be able to drive this thing onto the frame machine today, but I also have a broken upper control arm, possibly lower control arm. The rotor's cracked in half, the caliper's bad, the heat shield is bad. Basically that whole front right corner is all trashed. But I got my light, I'll show you what I'm talking about with the transmission. I should turn this screen around so I can see myself. These Lumix cameras have really small like lenses, I guess. I don't know, whatever lens they use it's just stupid. So it's super cropped in compared to a normal camera. So you can see the transmission mounts are broke, or you can't really see it too well from here, but they're broken. So there's a piece of wood. It's moving the transmission over to the right. And then there's the shifter. Almost centered. Not quite. It doesn't help that when I was trying to move the transmission over, obviously I'm not on a lift, so it was trying to move to that side anyway. But hold on, let me cut and collect my thoughts. Plan with this is to rebuild it back to running, driving, well-functioning car. The heater just turned on. It might be really loud, I'm sorry. As you can see, most of the frame damage is just right here. It's not really the frame. Frame rails and everything are fine. It's just this upper strut tower. It's probably slightly pushed in. If you've seen our video with Christian's car, it's kind of the same deal as that. But I'm actually gonna replace some of this sheet metal in here, and I'm not just gonna yank it out because I want it to be like a well done job and something that will last for as long as this car will last. So you can see the, well, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but the strut is bent. You see it kind of like it's straight up there, and it kinks up. It does have, I think, Tanabe lowering springs, which I will probably keep for the time being, just because it's already low. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on coilovers. Here is the broken control arm and the broken knuckle. And then you can see the heat shield right here. Trash. And then if you look at the front, the rotor is cracked. And the wheel. But the wheel is actually holding air. I don't know how. Well, I mean, I guess it's technically still sealed in there, obviously. But impressive. Now let me show you the good stuff. I got a used door off of another YouTuber. I didn't know he was a YouTuber before I bought the door, and I don't remember what his name is. Maybe I'll tag it here if I can find it. And thanks to him, I got a good door. And he also gave me this, or he didn't give it to me, I bought it. $350 for the upper control arm, the knuckle, all of that stuff, just so I can get it to like as a rolling car. So $350 for both of these. And then I called Honda, and apparently this never happens. I literally called them, I gave them the VIN and everything, I told them what year car, and the guy was like, we never have those in stock, but I'll check for you. And then he said they did have them in stock, and they were in the local warehouse, and he could get them next day. So I got a AP2 rear bumper, so the next generation S2000, because this is an AP1. And then I got an AP2 front bumper, and I got 2 OEM fenders. But yeah, so the goal today is just to swap this knuckle onto the car so I can get it rolling, and then hopefully I can drive it over to the frame machine, and then I can show you more of like the plan and what needs to be pulled and what metal I'm replacing and everything else. Because there's a lot of stuff that I have ordered or stuff here, so I can just get rolling on it. I don't have my other Banditos, and I'm sure I'm probably talking way too much, and I think that this video is already 4 minutes long, but yeah, so I'm just gonna time lapse this to save everyone some time. And the compressor's running right now. But yeah, look at that strut. Nice and bent. But everything else came off pretty easily. Just got my brake line hanging and the speed sensor. It actually broke. It was super brittle. But that's okay, it's probably a really cheap part. Tie rod off. Lower control arm. I mean, as far as I can see, looks fine. Subframe looks fine. You can actually see up here where the pickup point, like it's separated a little bit. I actually don't think that it moved at all right here or right here. because you can see where it was hit mostly up here. So it pulled this up. So that's why there's that gap right there. It won't focus, but yeah. But that is this moving up, not the suspension pickup point moving. Because you can see on the sides, all of that looks fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that these are probably straight. And if they are a little bit out, it probably won't be much. And it should come out when I pull it. The strut pickup point is definitely, I'm pretty sure it's in. But luckily, I have Xavier's car here, so I can take measurements from his engine bay. I'll measure diagonally to each bolt point, and then when I pull it out to just verify that everything's square, it should be pretty easy. Like, I've done way worse stuff than this. Like, I put a rear body panel, a floor, and 2 quarter panels on a Challenger all at one time. That is way worse than this. This is easy. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and bolt the new knuckle on, and then I might bolt up the exhaust. I got a little bonus. This one came with the speed sensor that I just broke. I keep calling it a speed sensor. I have no idea if it's a speed sensor. I'm just guessing because it looks like it's gonna measure the speed off these little teeth right here. But someone will correct me if I'm wrong. All right, time lapse. False alarm. The speed sensor is bad. He cut it right here, but the plug for it is on the other side of this, right there. So I'm gonna need a new one of those, but everything else went on, no problem. So now I'm just gonna throw the wheel on it, set it down, and see how off the alignment is. Looks like it's probably a little towed in. Get this broken ass wheel back on. Damn, she's almost roadworthy. I'll have to move this bracket. I don't think I'm gonna be able to turn very much. This thing is terrible at autofocusing. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I don't have much of an interior. I got my door panels sitting here. I got no seats, no steering wheel. But it does start up. So I'm going to throw the battery in real quick. I don't have a handle and I can't do this with one hand. I'm gonna throw the battery in real quick and I'll give you a quick exhaust sound with no exhaust. I ruled out putting on the exhaust today because it's just me and I'm gonna be crawling on the ground and there's really no point. But as long as I can get this thing on a frame machine in the morning, I might just finish this video off tomorrow morning. Then I'm all good. So I'm gonna bend this bracket back, put the battery in, make sure it starts, make sure it's all good. I can turn the wheel, nothing crazy. And then I'll basically wrap it up for today. All right, now let's see if she will start. Okay, put those on. You can see it's kind of off-centered. This is neutral first, but that's an easy fix. I'm debating whether or not I want to do wide body or if I want to stay with the stock body and maybe just roll the fenders and roll the rear quarters. And I also need to figure out what color I'm painting it. That's honestly the most important part right now because I'm trying to order parts like steering wheel. I don't know if I want a quick release or not. I'll have to see how offset the steering wheel is just with the NRG short hub. I do need a steering wheel to kind of move it, but maybe I'll steal Xavier's just to roll it over to the frame machine. But since I have the door cards with the red inserts, I was thinking I might just buy those same NRG seats that I have for the 350Z and the one, the Lexus, and I might just get them in red to match the door panels. So if you have like a suggestion for a cool color, preferably factory colors, I don't want to have to buy like a house of colors, like a 3-stage or a candy or anything crazy like that. I'd rather just be able to put it into my computer and mix it up and spray it. But yeah, so comment below if you know a cool paint color and I might pick it because I really don't know what to do. I'm not really leaning in any direction. I was thinking maybe a blue, maybe a red, I don't know. But since I'm painting half of the panels already, I figured I might as well do a color change and make the whole thing look really nice. God, I kind of want to work on it more. I don't know what else to do. Like maybe I could pull the door. Yeah, maybe we'll pull the door first. And then I can kind of show you the A-pillar and how the hinges are a little smashed. It's a little bent there. But my used door came with hinges and this is the common accident. So I fix these type of things every single day. Like, this is really not bad. I'm sure that a lot of people look at this and be like, dude, what are you thinking? Which, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of an impulse buy. How most of these things go.